my dear Virgos. This is your love and spirituality reading for the month of July 2019 with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. We are soon entering into Cancer season, so happy birthday to all Cancers out there. And this is a general reading for Sun, Moon and Rising sign, and I read for the signs in order of most liked videos. The reading can go both ways. The drama is the same, but it can be different castings to the different roles by the universe. For this reading, I will use the 78 Tarot Mythical. It's a 78 Tarot Global Art Collaboration and Limited Edition deck. Putting it there. Where were I? This was the deck that won the final against the Celtic Dragon Tarot. I had so many beautiful decks to choose from this time around, and I couldn't make up my mind which one to choose at my channel for the general readings, and I'm truly grateful for all the help with choosing this magical deck. If this is not your personal favorite, I expect you to be honorable and acknowledge that the deck won. The vote is over, okay? Bless your heart, everyone, and thank you for the love in all shapes and forms. So now I'll start shuffling your cards. And my dear Virgo, when I open your deck here, I see Knight of Pentacles together with Five of Pentacles. So the first feeling I felt was a little bit of fear. So I'm thinking you feel fear as well. It's something that you want to create in your life, but you feel that it's probably not possible. You feel like people have shunted you for some reason. Maybe you feel like you're not good looking enough, you're not rich enough, young enough, old enough, lovable enough. So someone has really chipped away on your self-esteem, it seems. Okay, so I call the divine with love and light. And oh, it starts raining. Interesting. The power is out. So I'm happy my camera was loaded, so I was able to do your reading. Okay, so I called the divine with love and light, and here we have the Hangman together with the Knight of Pentacles. So it seems like you need to go through some kind of metamorphosis to start loving yourself, okay? Loving yourself enough to know that everything is possible. You need to create it. You have the power to create it, even if you don't believe that that is true. So we can see this bat here, the Hangman, has very big ears, very big eyes, okay? So I think this is you and how you need to be. You need to see things very clearly at this moment, and also hear things very clearly. Not hearing kind of what you fear that people are saying or what could be happening, but actually what's actually going on. And also not hearing just the good things and taking away the bad things. Hear everything and do a correct elevation a correct judgment of the situation. Sometimes, some days I can't just say the words, I'm sorry. And with the Knight of Pentacles here, you don't think you can do it, okay? You don't think you can do it. And you can do it. So you need to become perceptive enough to see what's around you. So you will be able to take calm and correctly underbuilt decisions. Sorry, the rain is really loud. So I called the 4 archangels maybe in the 4 corners of the world. I don't remember where I were at. And we have an 8 of Wands and a Knight of Pentacles. So there's a lot of energy at your disposal. But with this Knight of Pentacles here, it might be that you feel so threatened that you will become a threat to yourself. Okay, so try to stay calm. Try to know that you're skilled. You don't have to fret. You don't have to stress. You don't have to be anxious. Everything is going to come to you in the right time. So you have a lot of energy to your disposal, so you can actually create whatever you want. It's just that if you are a little bit anxious, you will create things that you don't really want. Okay, things that kind kind of mirrors back your view of yourself. I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy of love. So you'll find someone that you love to death, and then they will leave you because you have told the universe you are not worthy. So they need to reflect this back to you, because this is what you have told them that you wanted to create. So be very mindful also, not only what you see and hear with those big bat eyes and ears, but also what you are creating with your frequency vibration. So we have the Fool here and the Four of Pentacles. I think this is someone being a little bit scared to leave their comfort zone. You're going to have to create things on a new way, but it's maybe easier to say things like it's their fault, or I can never be as good as them, or I'm not equipped enough. I don't have. So maybe it's easier because it makes you be able to stay in your comfort zone, but the divine is asking you to reach outside your comfort zone and do things that you never thought were possible. Okay, so you're going to have a lot of courage and try to not freak out. Okay, so yeah, 6 elements: earth, wind, fire, water, spirit, and ether, to join us here today and to give us a clear view reading for my dear Virgo viewers. So I want my dear Virgos to have love in their lives and to find themselves in loving relationships. I also want you to have creative success and to be able to walk on your highest path towards your highest destiny. Okay, so it was already done there. So I will just tune in to you, Virgo, and end this reading. Okay, so my dear Virgo, this is your future there, and this is your now there, and this is your past. And in the past we have the Strength card, so it shows that you have been working on this with your personal strength and started to become more and more a grown-up person, and therefore becoming less anxious, less desperate, less of these I need to have it now things. That's for children. Okay, you are not a child, you're a grown-up person. So you need to act like one by staying grounded, staying focused, knowing that you can make it and you can use your own strength to get to wherever you need to go. I'm sorry, my printer is talking. It's probably the power is back, and so that's nice. Okay, so that's your level. This is your level in the past. It's the eight of strength cards, so showing that you're very strong, very grown up. Okay, and this is the level that you have reached in the now, and it's the Lovers. So it seems like you really want to do good things for others. You are grounded. We might be talking about another person. Strength is Leo, Lovers is Gemini as well. So it might be that the roles are switched here. So you need to understand who you are and who the other person is. So the person I might have been talking about can be a person you are dealing with, and the person I'm talking about now can be you, or the other way around, or both are you. We can have different sides to us that comes out in different situations. But here I feel with the Strength card and the Lovers that this is a person that's very grounded, empathic, loving. So this is one side of you. Even if it's mostly talking about the other person, this is complicated because we mirror also. So what you see in the other person that you admire is really what you yourself could develop inside yourself, the things that you have inside of yourself. And this is the level for the future, and we have the Ace of Swords here. So it's showing that you are successful with this, with the big bat ears and big bat eyes, being able to see things clearly and also communicate yourself clearly about what you see, be able to think clearly and get epiphanies, understanding about your surrounding, because you pick up everything like a sponge and you process it, and this is what comes out. So it's kind of amazing. I think you are becoming a master in relationships. You're learning more and more for each and every day, and you're getting real skilled at this. It doesn't mean that other people in your surrounding is equally skilled, so you might still have very problematic relationships. Yes, and this is in the past. And we have a Five of Wands, so that is problematic relationships. I've already forgotten what was here. Yes, it was the Strength card. So sometimes we are like a very, we can see these sometimes movies on YouTube with animal mothers and their kids. Can be a lion, for example. Think about the Strength card, and the cubs is running around like crazy, like really annoying her. Or a pig mother with the little piglets running around like there was circus in town. So I'm feeling this energy for you here. So one person in this equation is able to be very calm, and then there's a circus around them, like people are acting like they were bat shit crazy. Okay, so this is what these people think is important to win, or to show their strength, or show who's the best, or who's the fastest, or who can win this, or who can push the other person down from the hill. Or yeah, so it's a part of us where we don't want our energy to be stolen from us, so we fight for their life to come out on top. But there's some person in this equation is not fighting, is what I'm feeling. And it's okay to fight. It's okay to not fight. Sometimes the other person is fighting with you, and you are just the observer. Keep your ears open, keep your eyes open, and maybe communicate some words also, so the person sees that you're engaged, so they are not getting like super annoyed with you because you're not talking. So observe and say what you're seeing, okay, very clearly, very grounded, very calm, okay. But this is in the past, so this might be how you learned this thing. And here we have a Three of Swords. So these people, they're really hurting you. They're really like, it feels in the heart what they are doing. They are competing with you. It might be jealousy at play here. The less you react, the more cool you are, the more these other people get upset with you, and they might become really hurtful. So I think you have changed in some way. So people doesn't really recognize you anymore, and they try to get you back into the drama. So they want to have you back there. They don't like this change where you are suddenly Mr. or Mrs. High and Mighty, and don't bother with going into drama. And this is hurtful because you didn't want the drama in the first place, and you really don't want to engage yourself. You have found other ways which through we can communicate and create our world, but these people are a little bit stuck in the old ways, and they can't really meet you halfway, so they're kind of attacking you instead. I understand this must feel very it's like they are betraying you in this way, so it can't be a comfortable feeling. Okay, so next card is the Six of Swords. So you are going to find a solution on this too. You are not going to let this continue in this way, but you don't get upset either. There's a little tear in your eyes, then you're putting yourself in your boat and, trying to figure out, okay, how to fix this situation. Now there's a new situation. Now I'm no longer engaging in this drama and putting fuel to the fire and making things worse. But when I don't do that, people become upset with me. So how do I solve this now? So you're really like a scientist in this situation, really trying to figure it out. And we can see the purple energy that goes with these cards. You are not making it an outside problem. You are deciding that I have the situation under control. I can fix this. I don't wait for someone else to fix this because they want, and I am not a victim. Okay, you are not a victim. So you are trying to fix it. You don't have to fix it for these other people. You just need to fix it for yourself, so you can find solutions to make your situation and your life harmonious. And we have a Five of Swords. So wherever you turn is these problems with people it doesn't have to be outspoken like war kind of things where we go into deep conflict. It can be silence or strange looks or people, just saying a few words, really piercing words. Okay, so it's like you can't really defend yourself because it might be that these small attacks are not outspoken. It's like people are going around, in this case with the Five of Swords, thinking about things you have said and done and getting upset with it, and maybe not telling you. So this is what making this so confused. I feel a lot of confusion here. It doesn't have to be you. It can be the other way around. You are angry with someone, but you don't tell them, and you make them really confused. So either or, there needs to be clear communication here, because this gets really complicated when people have seen out an enemy. They decide that that person is the enemy. It might be the people living in this other country, or the people having an alternative sexual orientation, or it might be females or males, or it might be like the people living in this other village, or it might be like my parents or these other people, my friends, these people are at my work. So it's something where people are not coming together and trying to solve this together. They are actually alienating themselves from one another, and they can't really communicate. So things get a little bit out of hand, like it's this harmonious without any real reason to why this should be like that. It's just this that shows an enemy. Sometimes with making things in black and white, it's easier for us to understand the world. And if we don't like complex explanation about why things are like they are, we can think like this. Okay, I drive my car and I take the inner curve and ending up on the other lane, like for the car that could come from this side, but there has never come a car there before. So I'm doing this. I'm driving and taking my turn. And I don't bother about that other people could be there and crashing into me. So it's some kind of where people doesn't really think, or they don't take consideration. They also might see, okay, so when they are the other car and come this person in on their lane facing them, and they have to make a turn down to the ditch or something, and that a person from the other city. So all the people in this other city, they drive like that. It's the simple-minded conclusion from this kind of situation, and this makes this kind of unnecessary tensions. It's unnecessary tensions what I'm seeing here. And here we have an Ace of Wands. So I'm feeling in this situation, this is someone being pissed off, someone being angry, and they have made up a reason to why they are angry. It's probably a very complex story. So one side is very angry, and the other one side is trying to solve this, trying to, make the other person okay. So maybe it's not, maybe the wife is sitting beside the husband when they're driving the car, and she's trying to say, well, I know someone from that city, and they are actually, they are driving really slow, like my grandmother, like someone with a wheelchair could, drive past them. And this person is still angry. They can't cool down. No, it's not that. They are driving like crazy. This person is really scared. They are scared, but they can't get their mind together and solve this. They just want to blame it on the outside of them for some reason. That I can't. It's this simple-minded thinking which is making all the world's problems some other person's problems and not my problem. So here we have the Strength card, very strong, energetic card connected with the Sun, and here we have the Ace of Wands, that's the second strongest energy card besides the Sun. So I'm thinking it's one person in this equation being very grown up, trying to chill, trying to see things from other people's perspective. Try to come with peace, but the war comes anyway all the time, because someone is just using their energy to point blame outside of them, is what I'm feeling here. So they can't cool down, they can't feel what you feel, they can't see things your way. I'm showing it a little bit from above so you can see the situation here with the fives, and 3, 6, 5 of swords also, and wands here. So it's fire and air, so it's a conflict. It's definitely a conflict, but one side doesn't want to engage in the conflict, doesn't want to just want to find a peaceful solution, and the other person doesn't want to find a peaceful solution, because if they find a peaceful solution, then it's not their fault, then it's also their own fault. They need to take responsibility and see, what can I do? It's for lazy people, it's easier to say it's their fault, they need to change. Then I don't need to think about this at all. I don't need to bother about this. It's not my problem, it's someone else's problem. So I can keep on being angry just on these people. So it's maybe they are tired of thinking. They just don't want to think. One person is a thinker trying to solve things. The other person doesn't want to think. They just want to, I don't know, wave with their sword and keep other people subordinate to them and do the things they say is right, so they don't have to think. I wonder what they are so scared of, if they would think, if they would try to figure this out. So this is from Oracle of Visions. Okay, so this is a person who found a way to keep control, to have control, and to manipulate their surrounding, to always agreeing with them. So this is also a way. It's a more selfish way, yes, and it's not really solving the problem, but it's solving the problem for this person. So they don't want to think. They're a little bit lazy, and they are a little bit selfish. So it's not the most adult person in the world. It's like an adult person and a baby. Okay. So that was in the past, and this is in the now, and we had this, yes, the Lovers. So it might be that you're married to this person. I'm so sorry. Okay. 10 of Pentacles. It's a beautiful situation of value. We have built things together. We have a house together. Our economy is dwindled. We have the same group of friends. Our family knows each other. So it's not so easy to just say, oh, you're so argumentative all the time. I want to marry a peacekeeper instead. And it can be the same way with whatever kind of situation. We don't have to be married. It can be like a friend. We like their good sides, and we want to continue being in the group where they are. But we don't like this combative style where they always, also in the middle of a crowd, starting some kind of argument, like intimidating the people around them to look from side to side with scared eyes and thinking, okay, what's going on? Is this person crazy, or what's going on? And just trying to calm them down. So they get a lot of people kind of pampering them and you know, making them calm. So maybe it's this guy with the red face here. He's almost on the brink of getting angry, but everyone around him is trying to, you know, with nice faces, trying to get him to cool down and stay like calm in the group and not make too much of a noise. So we all have these kind of people in our surrounding, and maybe we are cuddling them a little bit too much, just because we want to keep the stable ground where everyone can meet. And here we have a Queen of Wands, and it comes underneath the Three of Swords. So this is, it's usually Aries. We have the Strength card there. It's Leo. So you might be dealing with a fire sign that's angry or pissed off, but it's just showing another side of you, where when you get treated like this, you start to get a little bit angry. Okay, you start to get a little bit pissed, and righteously so. We have a lot of crystals, so you know what's right. You can have your antennas out, your big bat eyes and big bat ears, and know what's going on, and you don't like it. Okay, you don't like it, not a bit. So here you can use your the Aries horn and stubbornness and the clear sighting of this Queen of Wands through the wounds to be able to see that, no, this is not all right. This is not okay. This needs to change. That person needs to change. Either they want it or not. Yes, and here we have a Page of Cups. Okay, I guess this is not the same energy. Six of Swords, Page of Cups. This is the person wants to solve this the nice way. Okay, always with this peacekeeping kind of qualities. She has a little bit like lizard skin in her forehead. She also lives underneath water, so I guess she's some kind of mermaid. A little bit fish genes inside of her, so she's swimming here in the waters, and she's trying, just as this person, to solve the issue with peaceful, because she's always in the water. She can feel the other person's feeling, feel their hurt, feel their pain, understand why they are acting like this, like a grown-up person can understand a child. This is a child, so this child is kind of wiser than the grown-up in this equation that always needs to pick this fight. Peacekeeping, loving, empathic. Okay, see what this brings. And we have a 6 of Pentacles, and it comes underneath the 5 of Swords. So it seems like the divine is advising us to be both strong and fierce, know that something is wrong and something is off, but connecting with this person that has this problem on a very intimate level, and kind of trying to get them to see their ways. Okay, if this is, for example, your mother or your brother or father or a partner, it seems like the advice is to connect with them on a loving way. Like, okay, so what's really bothering you? Why are you always this tense? Why are you always so angry? Like these nosebleeds that you get when you get angry. That can't be healthy. What's going on with you? Okay, and this person is not going to, see that in a good way. They will think, okay, this person is trying to take control over me. They are trying to manipulate me. They are trying to exploit my weaknesses so they can use this against me, because this is what this person usually does. This person doesn't have any of that kind of intention, okay? They just want to fix the problem. This person is kind of the problem, but they don't know it. They think that everyone is like them. So if everyone were like this, we would have peace on earth, but it's not. And the people that kind of are a little bit the warmongers, they don't want to change. So here we have a little bit of a problem. This person's solutions seem to be to sacrifice themselves. We can see this little rabbit is actually jumping in the pot here, and will be cooked together with a carrot to give this poor man his meal. Okay, so very altruistic rabbit there. And yes, the rabbit might see the man, what he needs, like he needs a lot of love, he needs a lot of comfort because he's so scared and angry. But this is how this man is looking on an outside level, just trying to, another rabbit for a meal is not going to change this person. He's just going to continue eating rabbits. It doesn't matter how many rabbits are sacrificing themselves to him and showing altruism and true love. The person can't get it. So we'll see. Next card. And it's the 4 of Swords. Oh, God. So, 4 of Swords. This person is kind of a little bit beyond reach, but maybe not, okay? So, this person is acting like a scared child. They are either picking a fight with you or running away and hiding. And all this is different manipulations. So, they will avoid something that they are very scared of. And I think in this situation, they are closer to what they are scared of than what they are in this situation. In this situation, they are full of adrenaline and they can blame you. Like all these swords, it's your fault, not my fault. I'm going to kick your ass. But in this situation, they kind of start to acknowledge that maybe I have something to do with this. But then they turn into the martyr. It's this person that has a problem, and it's we should pity them. So here comes their family. Remember this crowd, and shouldn't you come out? We have dinner ready here. That wasn't so bad. Nobody saw, nobody listened, nobody noticed. They didn't notice you got angry like that. Can't you please come out and eat with us? It will be a bigger of a scene if you don't come and they miss you at the table. So again, this person is winning because so they manipulate people to always run after their Wands, okay, how they are playing people and situations. But it's still advised, what I see here is still advised, that we should show love towards this person. And I think that when the person is 6 years old and behave like this, there's still a lot of room to keep on with the conditional, like unconditional love. But I would wish that these people wouldn't, they see the problem, but they don't do anything about it. They just continue kind of carry this person underneath, because it would be worse if they were not there. If they were not there at all, they would miss this person for some reason. I don't know why, but they would miss them, and they truly love them, and they want to have them there, even though they make like this big fool of themselves all the time, being suspicious to left and right, blaming people to left and right, being jealous of that person, being angry with that person. So I don't know what's going on here, but I know what's going on, but I don't know what you are supposed to do about it. It seems like it's a bunch of grown-up people, like even the kids in this situation is more grown-up than this person. You can see the kid also there. So what's wrong with this person? Okay, what's wrong with them? I guess that's what you are supposed to figure out with your, the big bat eyes and the big bat ears, and get some kind of epiphany out of this that I haven't gotten just yet. So I will see what is the advice to deal with this person that seems to not want to take responsibility. So this is the old book that was written, and here's a new fresh book. Look in the mirror, a door, a key, and some fruitful things going on here. Lock also. So it seems like this person might be on the brink of some kind of change. And I think that these people here, they see this, they see what's going on, they are sacrificing themselves. They know that this is a very crucial point in time where we want all our soldiers with us. Also the one that got really hurt in this earth battle, okay? Maybe this person have been more traumatized than these other people. So that's why they're still in this war. They haven't noticed that the war is over. They're still there. They're still like post-traumatic stress disorder, and they can't see the reality because if they remembered what have happened, the wound will come to the surface, and maybe they think they can't take it. So I guess this is like, in a bigger picture, these people haven't been in any war, not this lifetime, but in other lifetimes they have, and they still have memories of this, which they are trying to oppress, and that's why they're acting like this. So they might have been born into families that reinforce this pattern with not being there for them and not loving them, so they didn't develop a healthy attachment, and then the stage is set for them to kind of relive their war traumas or whatever kind of traumas have happened to them in a very, very safe environment, okay? These other people are very altruistic, and they are giving this person a safe environment because they want everybody to be able to go home with them, okay? The whole earth is going through a dimensional doorway where we are going to have to vibrate in a certain amount of like vibrations per second, or in certain frequency, we can say, and only these people will be able to go to the door. So it means you need to have healed your wound, dealt with your karma and your trauma, and make the jump, okay? And everyone is supposed to go with, and some people can't because they have been so deeply traumatized, so deeply wounded, and now we think of them as very angry, very hostile, dramatic people, always needs to start a battle, always sees the worst in people, always sees the worst in the situation. But it's because they are suffering from past life post-traumatic stress disorder, and it's not their fault. We send them there. We send them as divine spirits. We send them there and say, go and experience this, do it for us. We need all these pages to our common book of wisdom, the Akasha Chronicles. We need it. The human beings needs the experience. We need to experience all. and we are supposed to experience all and take it with us, digest it, and then it becomes wisdom. But for this person, haven't been able to digest it. They haven't found a way to digest this trauma. It was too hurtful. It was too awful. It was too horrific. So they are blinded. They can't see. If they see clearly what they are doing now, they will also see clearly the trauma, and they don't want to remember it. They don't want to remember it at all. You might find that in this life they don't have any excuses for their behavior. Yes, they might have a shitty childhood and all these kind of things, but I did too, you can say, and I didn't turn out like this. No, you haven't had this person's experience, that's for sure. So they haven't been able to digest something awful they have been through. And it might have been like 2,000 years ago. It doesn't matter. It's still there. It's still right underneath the surface, and they don't want to see it. So that's why this love needs to be here, like sacrificing yourself to become the meal for this. It's like a troll almost. I don't see it in this situation. I think this is a very beautiful picture. It shows very deep intimacy, but this rabbit is actually going to sacrifice their life to become a meal for that person. We can see it in another way here, more maybe realistic. These people are sacrificing like their energy and strength to come and say that they're sorry to a person that actually caused all the problems in the first place. And they're saying, please, can you come? We want you there. So they can start another drama. So you see, it's some big sacrifice. And one person here with the Queen of Wands, Three of Swords, they are actually becoming traumatized now, and they can see that the group is being traumatized by this person. So they might be kind of the watcher, the one that maybe the only one that says something, get pissed off or argues back. So it's for the balance. It's good that this person is there and kind of keeping track on when people get too hurt, and meddle, go into between and maybe put up their wand and say enough is enough. So some person needs to take that role too. Don't make them into the black sheep. They are your guardian. Okay, and this is your future. And we have a 9 of Pentacles underneath the 5 of Wands and 10 of Pentacles. So the advice for the other people in the group is self-love. Keep it cool. Don't take it personally. It's not about you. If a person come in and wreck your garden, energetically you fix it again. You find inner peace, and you need to practice quicker and quicker come back to inner peace after a person have disrupted your garden with the 5 of Wands and the 5 of Swords. It's also the solution, of course, for this person. They need to start loving themselves no matter what they did, no matter what they lived through. They need to start to accept themselves. But I think shame is making them unacceptable of themselves. So they hate themselves, and therefore they also hate when they see their face in the mirror. So they hate immigrants, they hate homosexuals, they hate whatever. So as soon as they see someone that's not inside the box, is not behaving as you should, they feel ashamed because they did something outside the box that had consequences. And that's why this person is so hateful. They see that person needs to change. For example, I can see this with my own family. My father, he was very loving towards my children, especially the girl. But when the boy started to come into a certain age, he started to become pissed off with him because he recognized himself. So that is how it can be when we see something on the outside that we haven't been able to accept on the inside and love about ourselves. We become angry with them or resentful with that. When someone is not being forgiving towards another person, it's them actually not being forgiving towards themselves for the things that they should have done or taken responsibility for, but they couldn't, or they weren't able to, or they didn't because they didn't know the consequences at that point. Hindsight is 20/20 vision, yes. So 9 of Pentacles is the solution. Self-love, finding inner peace, accepting whatever is, aligning with yourself, having your back no matter what. You don't have to be blind to what you see. You can have, okay, this is my quirkiness, like I have this problem, I get angry easily, but I love this about me because it means that if someone are rude to my family, I will tell them to their face, so it won't be a secret. We have the Ace of Swords here, no secrets. So it can be good things. All the personality traits we have are good in when they are balanced. When they are in extreme, they are bad, both being too altruistic and too angry. Okay, next is the Six of Wands. So we have this little person here, interesting person that have, maybe they are like the canary in the coal mines. So they are feeling when things are getting out of hand. So this is a person that could take a leadership role in this situation and kind of tell how they really are, maybe truthful. Things that other people tend to sweep underneath the carpet because they don't want this person to get upset and run away to the woods and cry and disrupt the dinner. But this person doesn't care about that. They care about the truth, and it seems like they can actually be the solution if people can trust this entity in this situation, and that when this person says no, the rest of the group needs to help and back that person up and say, okay, so yes, that's enough. Now you have quarreled enough. Now you need to sit at a table and be as a grown-up person here. So sometimes like true altruistic self-sacrificing when that is on the table, and sometimes no, enough is enough. So we have two sides here, and these, it's like two spirits helping to pick this lost soldier home back to love again. So this person needs to be listened to when they are probably keeping their mouths shut until the pain gets so severe that they need to say something. And you see all the crystals, they know what they are talking about. It's the divine saying, okay, enough is enough. Now you need to snap this person on the nose and say, no, not like that. Because they are not supposed to traumatize their whole surrounding with behaving like this. Okay. Europe. And here we have the Three of Wands. So, Six of Wands, Page of Cups, and the Three of Wands. This is someone being a little bit too self-sacrificing, always trying to meddle, always trying to compromise. And they're actually kind of sacrificing themselves. This is almost like Gretel on the way to the Wicked Witch there. So, this person is a little bit too, like they really don't want to have arguments. They really don't want to have any problems. They rather do something dangerous where they are themselves is put in danger than to actually look at the problem and talk about the problem and take the problem to the surface, because they feel immense amount of empathy for this person. So it probably means that they are kind of needing them in some way. So this can be a child to a parent that is acting up, or it can be husband to a wife, or a brother to a sister, or little sister to a bigger brother. So someone that really needs this person to not freak out, to not run for the hills, to be there. So they might act very codependent and almost like a beat up wife, you know, that says, no, actually he didn't hurt me that much. I actually fell from the stairs. So this person is like really serving themselves as this rabbit because there's something they want to achieve with the Three of Wands. There's something that they want desperately out from this situation. I don't know exactly what it is, but it can be different things. We don't want to lose our partner. We don't want to lose this person overall, or we don't want to lose the perks that this relationship is giving us. So this person is a little bit hard to deal with because they don't see the truth, and they are codependent, deep water codependent, okay? And they might sacrifice you, your best friend, your cat, everything, so this person can just, you know, stay cool, stay calm. So this kind of person wouldn't see if, for example, this person was a rapist and raped their own child. They wouldn't believe the child. They would believe this person, because that's how much they want the peace with this person. So this is not healthy, okay? This row is beautiful. We are trying to help this person that's lost, but here it goes overboard. It's too much. So I'm more trusting this person in this equation than this person, because they have sold themselves out. because they think that they can't take it if something goes wrong here, really wrong. So they can't live without this situation. So that's a person that haven't been able to find their own rock solid bottom and know that they will survive on their own. They think if this situation dies, they will die. So they need to find also their grown-up self. This is also a baby, in maturity level. Underneath the 5 of Swords and the 6 of Pentacles, we have a 7 of Swords. So this is someone being very, very happy when people are sacrificing themselves, telling lies on their behalfs, covering for them, walking on eggshells for them, when they have won, when they have been able to manipulate a person to this kind of level, they are happy. So this person is not happy, but they are content. They are feeling like, yeah, this is the way it should be. Now everything is in control. Now am I like that Genghis Khan war leader, and he won the war, I'm sure, because my head was chopped off. So this person has learned that the only person that will survive is the victorious one. So they are trying with all means possible: manipulation, lies, betrayal, acting like a baby, whatever works to put themselves on top. It's a deep-rooted survival skill that is kind of horrific when we see it at play. Here we have kind of Little Red Riding Hood, and here we have the wolf. So, last card, the Fool. Okay, interesting. Ace of Wands, 4 of Swords, and the Fool. Yeah, okay. The solution is, of course, that this person that has this anger management issues and are sometimes acting a little bit like a baby need to decide, I want to get well. Okay, I'm going to leave the safety of my routines, the way I have acted before, and I will do something new because this doesn't work. And something needs to push them into this. And sorry for my squeaky table. It's the 6 of Swords, 6 of Pentacles, the Fool. So love seems to be the answer here, but a balanced kind of love, not too hurt and angry, and not too codependent, but some grown-ass person needs to go in here and kind of tell the truth and point out what needs to be done, and you need to go see a psychotherapist. This needs to happen now. You're dragging the whole family down in the dirt. You need to solve this. You can't stay in this old memory. It's like they are Yeti. So they are staying in this old memory of how things were like before civilization came. And now they need to come down and live with the others as civilized people. I don't mean this for Yeti. I think they should stay wherever they are and never, ever fraternize with people ever, okay? I can imagine Yeti, Bigfoot, and so on, maybe being the humans that were here alongside with Homo sapiens as we developed. Maybe they are still in tune with nature and Gaia and everything. And if we got our hands on them, we would destroy them in a split second, as this is our nature a little bit to do these kind of things. But in this case, this person has, like the Yeti, is living in some kind of old society. In this old society, they are warriors. Okay, they are warriors. They don't know that the war is over. We can see these people is trying to tell them, hello, the war is over. You don't have to be this angry anymore. And they don't know it, but someone needs to get the message through that the war is over. You need to come out of that behavior. It's not accepted. It's not healthy. You are destroying our whole family. You are destroying this company. You are destroying this marriage, whatever it is that they are destroying. And I love this little snowman. It's like, hello. They know something that this person isn't fully aware of just yet, and they have a luggage here, but they have the best intentions. So it's nothing wrong with their soul. It's just they are deeply traumatized, and you can't, if you just let it happen over and over again, this person can go on traumatizing other people generation after generation because of this codependence. And if we become a little bit more like this, like we see what needs to be done and we push the person to do it, no matter if they they are going to try to escape it. They're going to try to talk with this person and say, well, if I do it like this and do it like that, and this person will believe them, and they will, of course, not do what they have said. So this other person that's a little bit more grown up needs to have control and see, no, that's bullshit. So here is what you're going to have to do, and we are going to keep our eyes on you, okay? So interesting situation. So this is your advice here, Virgo. What are you supposed to do in this situation? Ooh, seeing, okay. Perspective, truth, knowledge, clarity, and also we have throat chakra there. So seeing. Now it will squeak because I want to rest my back a little bit. No, it didn't. Look with new eyes upon the world you are creating. Expand your view and your whole reality will grow with it. Above the grass, above the trees, above the soaring wings of the eagle, in direct alignment with the rising sun itself, an eye opens, seeing everything. There is no tension in the gaze, no space or thought it cannot perceive. Limitless by its nature, the gift of the eye is to see what is clear and truth in the moment, and to envision beyond our physical reality into the field of all possibilities, and in so doing, helping to bring non-manifested wisdom into the world, seeing. So no more sweeping underneath the carpet, no more codependent thingies. Don't make excuses, not for the perpetrator, that's this person, and not for the codependent person helping them to get away. This card is an invitation to seek new knowledge and expand your perception of reality. See yourself and other people as a spiritual being on a journey. Recognize the pattern that are playing out in your life and the role you play or could play in the world. Take pleasure in being part of the ongoing development of the universal consciousness. Enjoy the process of gradually learning about your place in the world. Through introspection, we grow to understand ourselves. We also begin to see other people, situations, and the world with a more expanded sense of clarity. Now is a great time for self-reflections, journaling, meditation, for looking within. Ask yourself to reveal a higher view of your path and be open to seeing anew. Be willing to let go of restricted ways of seeing things. Be open to not knowing and not understanding some things. Acknowledge new ideas, slowly allowing yourself to evolve and your place in the world to unfold. It's time to see beyond all. I'm thinking that these cards are very similar. It's time to see beyond all conceived limitation to the deeper truth within. Be present in the physical, but see beyond it, opening to a wider view of your reality. Look for the positive and the good in all people and situations, even amidst seeming imperfection. Look for the beauty in life, and it will reveal itself in and to you. Take a fresh look at yourself and the world you are creating. Seek deeper meaning and underlying truth. Open yourself to the eagle's view, seeing both the bigger picture and the finest detail from great heights. Call upon your inner eye to see the highest truth. So this will help this situation to be navigated in the best way possible, seeing when this person is kind of manipulating everyone else, because it's not good for this person and it's not good for the other people, but this person needs to be awakened very carefully because they have a big trauma. Okay, so I want to take an oracle also for the other person to understand a little bit better. Gwyn and Eluish, attunement. 16. Dear one, never be surprised at the ways in which your connections to the Mother and Earth are being birthed into the world. If you experience prophetic dreams, sift through the images and messages and know that all insights are worthy of attention and most especially your own. The inner world and the earth's magic are both speaking to you and wishing for you to answer. And this is if they answer, because the world wants to heal them, but they are super scared specifically of their emotions and their feminine side. And here's their feminine side is kind of calling to them. Do this by connecting with your inner self. We know that you are searching for answers that are indeed within you, and that the path you are walking is not easy under your feet. We all return to her, the great goddess, our mother. The earth wishes for you to reconnect with her in simple, pleasant, and joyful ways. Friends and food, laughter and love. Do not fear your own true self, your intuitive self. There are many words you people use for the truth of who you are, which can lead to confusion. And there has been fear and suspicion seeded into your minds, which can lead to mistrust. Know from your true magical self that you are a being of magic, with a unique blend of earth, air, fire, and water magic making up your spirit. You're receiving messages, and yes, you also can hear them, just as we can hear each other's thoughts before they have even developed into words. In time, you will come to understand these silent ways of communicating and know the truth of your belonging to the old ways. Know that all beings, plants, animals, and etheric have so much to share with you. You are never alone. You are forever loved. Yeah, beautiful. So they are being called home. No doubt about that. And it's like the Earth Mother is inviting them to, they don't have to stay in the wound anymore. They can come back home, like to the embrace of love. They just need to be courageous enough to see themselves, and then the door is open. And the last thing they want to do is see themselves, because they think that what they will see is the most horrific thing ever. Okay, so this is your reading from above, and if you need it, I have done a number of pick a card readings that you can see if you press the icon. That's my channel, my Queen of Cups face there. You come to the first page and you scroll down just a little bit, and it's the pick a card psychic readings that can help you choose the one that seems most alluding or most interesting to you, and pick the pile that's yours, and you will understand a little bit more about this situation and what's going on here and what you need to do, so you can solve this once and for all. So I hope this helped, and I want to welcome you back to my August reading that I will perform in the middle of July. So until then, take real good care and keep your eyes open for pick a card readings and whatnot. Okay, bye-bye.